Researchers have
What, that we're the horniest show on the planet?
that hot chicks ice your brain. Gorgeous women make men act stupid.
Hey, now. Why? I knew Bob Guccione was an artist.
Sounds like an Onion headline, but this is real.
Yeah.
Researchers have proven that beautiful women make men stupid. McMaster University researchers proved men can't think straight after just looking at photos of attractive women.
I tell you, we were a mess.
I think that's true. I mean, you literally get clogged up to where you can't, when you're horny like that, you can't think straight.
Yeah, your blood rushes to another portion of your body, I think.
I was having trouble thinking around Victoria.
Psychology professors Margot Wilson and Martin Daly showed male students pictures of both attractive and non-attractive women. Then they had the men roll dice. When they threw double digits, the men would get a choice. Take between $15 and $35 the next day, or take $50 to $70 after a wait of 1 week to 8 months. I wouldn't have been able to figure this out, period. The men who had just viewed pictures of hot women were far more likely to take the lesser sum right away.
I had no trouble thinking about Bukkake when she was in the room.
But that won't help you solve a problem.
I'll tell you, if she wasn't in the room, I would have got Peyronie's disease in a second.
I got to tell you, boy, that girl exudes some sex appeal.
Yeah.
Boy.
Very soft.
And giving, she's willing.
Giving.
Elijah Woods, who is the star of Lord of the Rings, the trilogy, is saying he's hoping to
get rid of his Peyronie's disease?
No, avoid the fate that befell Mark Hamill of Star Wars fame. He feels, of course, that the Luke Skywalker actor, never managed to have a similar success in his career. And Frodo is hoping...
Frodo. Isn't he like a midget, that kid? Like, what other part could he get?
He's hoping that he will be able to keep his career on the upswing.
Yeah, maybe he could be on Carnival on HBO. I mean, he's going to have a tough time. Wizard of Oz remake, man. I don't know. I mean,
I hope
as I see it, when people start dressing up like the characters in your movie, it's over for you.
Yeah.
So I think that he's going to have the same career as Mark Hamill.
Believe it or not, it's been hard for me to get jobs.
Yes. People are dressing up like me. And Frodo.
The president has said he would like to see Saddam Hussein executed for his crimes against humanity.
Right.
And Saddam is now being questioned by the CIA and others who get into that room with him. They say that right now he's kind of defiant and sarcastic, but they are using a more methodical means of questioning him now. They are showing him videotapes of people being tortured by his regime, people, the unearthing of mass graves that he caused, and looking at his reactions to them, trying to wear them down. Some of these videotapes were retrieved from the families of the people that were tortured, because what Saddam's people would do was, once they tortured and killed a family member, they would send the tape to the family.
As a reminder.
As an intimidation that they should not get out of line.
Someone said, is Saddam Hussein being cooperative now? Is he giving us information or whatever? And they said, while they don't necessarily, there's a couple of ways they could torture him. That if we're not involved directly, if you turn him over to, let's say, the Egyptians, they can torture him.
Oh, yeah.
And, or they said there's other ways of psychologically torturing him. They just
I think they're going the psychological route right now.
What they do is, saw this guy on Fox News, he was saying, you can blindfold Saddam Hussein, put him on a plane, make him think he's in another Arab country, like it disorients him. And then what you do is you sleep deprive him, and then you also, like in the next room, you play tapes of someone being tortured. You hear loud screams and stuff, because he's a big pussy. He'll cave in. He's all afraid. And there's a whole bunch of things you can do, like start to starve him, and then when he starts to give up some information, gets cooperative, you give him a little food like a dog.
Well, right now they're questioning him on things they know the answers to see how, forthcoming he's being right now.
And that's smart.
So they're doing all kinds of tricks on Saddam. And one of the guys who's in there, who has been in to interview him, is a guy who was tortured by him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Boy, what a great
have him on tape.
What a great interview that must be.
Yeah, he says he was tortured by Saddam Hussein 3 different times. Wow. I think his name is...
Mufawak al-Rubabi?
Yes, that's him.
All right.
He was sitting on the edge of his bed, and I was sitting on a chair, and I started bombarding him with the questions and asking him about the crimes he has committed against the Iraqi people.
Yeah, what did he say?
I was not released until I was terminally ill with the acute renal shutdown. Both kidneys stopped working, and I was blown up.
Wow.
That's what Saddam had done to him.
Wow. What's his third tape?
I don't know. I don't have my sheets in front of me, but let him talk.
He was referring to the Iraqi people as thugs, as mobs, as hooligans, as ignorant. And he kept on doing this.
Yeah, he said the whole time he was questioning Saddam and talking about the mass graves, Saddam was insulting his people. So he's still being a little defiant.
Yeah, they'll get him under control. I like that, asking him stuff. What is your name? Bob. We know it's Saddam.
Baba
We're
Booey.
not falling for that one, Bob.
What they should do is put Victoria Zadrak in the room with him, and if he gives us some information, he gets to touch her breast.
That's not torture.
It'll work, though. She could have gotten anything out of me.
The answer is the Symbia machine.
Meanwhile, as you said, top Vatican officials said on Tuesday they felt pity and compassion for Saddam Hussein and criticized the U.S. military for showing videotape footage of him being treated like a cow.
Boy, that Vatican always surprises me.
They're dropping the ball a lot lately.
Well, it was the Vatican that kept quiet during World War II when Hitler was making his
they
atrocities.
couldn't do much about that either.
I mean, they have a terrible record with this
Cardinal
kind of
Renato Martino.
beating the children. Yeah, let's go to Troy.
Hey, good morning, you guys. How are you?
Good.
I have a couple of questions to ask you. Speaking of your past girlfriend, I ran into Robin Givens not too long ago, and she was all smiles when I asked her a question about you.
What did you ask?
Well, I asked her, what was Howard Stern like? And she was just like, he's a really nice guy. He's a really, really nice guy. And she just, had this big old Kool-Aid smile on her face that she just couldn't get off. And I tried to go into it, but we were doing a photo shoot, and I would have gotten in trouble, so I just left it be. But I did ask her what was it like to kiss Brad Pitt, and she told me she couldn't even remember.
Are you a gay man?
Yes, I am.
That's what I thought.
Let's keep it real because
I tried out for, I sent in the audition tape for John's job, and I remember you told Robin that no colored people were auditioning for the job. So
Colored.
No coloreds.
No colored people.
No, I said no coloreds are allowed to have the job.
Can I audition? I mean, I was fabulous.
Well, we got a lot of tapes for John's job. Some of them we're actually going to have the people in. We're going to have 10 people.
I would love to have a gay person apply for the job.
I would love to apply.
Yeah, but I mean, even just now, you just told a story about Robin Givens that was boring.
That was not great.
Well, anyway, I got more, but that's for another.
And besides, we already have one gay, Cabbie.
Yeah, that's enough.
Well, and second, I was why is the E show still playing those Jackie Martling commercials?
I think you're too lazy to edit them out, actually.
You mean that's still happening?
Yeah, I think on the reruns, not on the new ones, but on the reruns, they have them already put in.
And they don't take them out.
Yeah, and you know what? He probably can use the promotion.
Sure.
I'm not going to sit and strip him of all dignity.
Okay, a couple more questions. One more. The Angie Hart episode was on the other day when she first came on, and you guys were she was sitting on your lap, and you guys were making out or whatever. I got turned on by that. I got turned on because that was really hot because she seemed like a really cool chick just to get up and go there and just start making out with you. But I was kind of creeped out by how you just kept the mic in your face. Just kept putting it in your face.
Well, I have to because you have to be able to hear it's radio. Otherwise, you wouldn't hear it.
Well, yeah, of course you would, but whatever. And you keep saying you have a small penis, but, all these chicks just keep having all these cute smiles on their face when they talk about you. So I'm thinking...
Well, I am small, but I don't know.
There's no proof of that.
Chicks don't seem to really care that much.
And my
You
last
must
question.
be a grower.
Maybe I just have a bad self-image.
Yeah.
Well, probably.
I mean, I'm still having
I
trouble.
think you're attractive. I really think you're attractive.
Yeah, I'm still having trouble believing that Jenny McCarthy fantasized about me and told her husband that. I just think out of all the guys in the world, I'd be the last guy you'd fantasize about.
Well,
She didn't say you were the only, but
Well,
you're one of them.
I can't even imagine I'm one of them.
Well, you'd be surprised. And my last question. I just got my People's magazine subscription, and they sent me a free DVD player. And I was wondering if you had any free, Kill Bill DVDs.
I don't. I'm sorry. Thank you, though, for the call. Genevieve, you're on the air.
Hi, Howard. Actually, it's Genevieve.
Oh.
But
Genevieve,
anyway,
go ahead.
I just wanted to tell you how turned on I was by that conversation with you and Jenny McCarthy.
It was kind of erotic.
Yeah,
It
me
was
too.
really hot. I mean, that's never really happened to me, and I've listened to you for a long time, but it was very intimate and
I wonder what it
so
was.
very honest, too. I don't think she's lying about that.
I don't think so either, but then Chauncey ruined it. But,
I
Chauncey's
think
been wrong.
Chauncey wanted to ruin it.
Yeah, he's so jealous.
Yeah, he's probably jealous because there was a sexy vibe going on.
It was.
Hardcore. I mean,
And she looked awesome.
Is she that great an actress?
No, she couldn't be.
think so.
We've seen those TV shows she did.
come on, MTV? I don't think
Exactly.
so. I think she was digging you.
That had to be genuine.
Oh, my God. So much so.
Well, thank you, Genevieve.
Thank you.
Roy, you're on the air.
Hey, Howard. Yeah, I've been listening for a long time, and your lines today were so funny. God damn, that interview was the best thing I ever heard in a long time. But in particular was the thing about Jenny's underwear, where she said she had acid put holes through her thing.
Yeah.
And no one's writing your lines because you came up right off the top of your head. You go, what are you, a devil?
Yeah, well, that's what I thought of.
I know, but I mean, Jesus Christ, how do you come up with that stuff?
Isn't that kind of a cool Exorcist kind of thing?
It's either Exorcist or Alien, because Alien has acid for blood.
Or what about The Fly, who used to, disintegrate your arm? When I think of
Yeah, he'd
Jenny
vomit on
McCarthy,
you.
what a cool superhero movie to be. This woman has this incredible superpower, but it's terribly embarrassing.
Oh, that's
She has a discharge that will burn a man and eat holes through him and kill him. But
But she has to.
but she has to remove her panties. And
Right.
Well, I'd like to make that movie. A little short film.
That's
Anyway.
the porn people should be.
She should be an X-Men. Like, why are all
got
superpowers?
a movie there, and she could star in it. And hell, I'll go to the movie.
Why would all superheroes like an X-Men have powers that don't involve the vagina?
Right, that only involve their eyes or their ears or
Yeah.
their nose or their muscles.
point.
You can't have a super vagina?
What about
Or
Wonder
a
Woman?
super other thing.
I think
What
I think
guys
Robin
have?
might have one of those.
I'm Acid Cooch. That's my name.
that.
Acid Cooch.
But what about a guy with a?
Uh-oh.
And then
Shoot
vinegar,
laser beam?
and then vinegar and water is her kryptonite. Like if some guy has her squatting that, it ruins her.
Yeah, they spray her with that stuff in the
Oh, you're funny, man.
fire extinguisher.
I don't know how you do it, man, but you've been keeping me entertained for a long time. I appreciate it. And same thanks, all right?
All right, thanks, man.
Take care.
All right. Hey, that guy who has no arms or legs is here. The guy who's the armless wrestler.
I
This
saw
guy.
him coming in. He doesn't look like an athlete when you see him walking in.
This dude, I saw a tape of him. He's one of the most awesome dudes. I just wanted to hail him as being one of those guys
His
that.
attitude is incredible.
I just want to hail him as being one of those guys that goes through life and, me, I bitch and moan about everything. This guy, he doesn't care that he was born without arms and legs.
Yeah, I was reading about him, and the things he says are just amazing.
And he just has a positive attitude. And then he started wrestling in his first 40 matches or 4 matches. I forget what it is. He lost, and then he started to win in his weight division, which I think is he weighs 135 or something like that, if I can remember correctly. And because he has no arms or legs, and guys, these big strong wrestlers can't beat him because they can't grab onto anything.
Right.
And he somehow pins him. I've seen him do it on
Oh, there he
TV.
is.
Oh, there he is.
See, you wouldn't think of him as an athlete because they're wheeling him in a wheelchair.
The dude's a total athlete. This guy's name, who is a hero. Hold on a second. Let me get my notes. I didn't know you were coming right in. I was going to do a little funny
were
rap
doing a
before you.
little-
I was doing a rap, but my crew hasn't figured that out yet. How you doing?
Pretty good. Thanks for having me, Howard.
It's cool you can hold your own microphone.
Yeah.
He's not holding it for you because you're handicapped. We hold it for everyone.
Oh, really?
Yeah, don't
We don't let anybody handle that microphone.
don't feel bad. How you doing?
That works. Real good, real good. Having a great time in New York. Just got out of cold pizza and ESPN.
Oh, don't get it.
Yeah.
Your name's Kyle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because no one gave me a note or anything because we've never done this before.
I
interviewed
gotta
other
say,
people.
he's cute.
Thank you.
Robert, just look at me. I have arms and legs. Kyle, so you were born without arms and legs, and when I saw the tape of you on TV and you were talking about wrestling and everything, man, you were the coolest dude. You don't bitch and moan about anything.
Oh, thanks, Howard. You know, the disorder, it's congenital amputation, just arms in at the elbows and legs in at the knees, and, you know, it's just something I've had, you know, to cope with my whole life, and it's no big deal. You know, I just go out there and do anything any other normal teen's going to want to do.
You don't get bitter about it?
Oh, no.
I got to tell you something, man. I don't know what's in me that I get angry about everything.
A hangnail.
A hangnail makes me angry. And here you are, man. You said, first of all, like you had the courage to go wrestle dudes. I mean, forget about that. The first time you went on the mat, was everyone like goofing on you and going, hey, man, you know, what are you doing?
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, the first 40 matches that I wrestled, I ended up losing.
40?
And that was, yeah, it was horrible. Because, you know, in wrestling, it's the only, you know, sport that you can really get your butt kicked in middle school and high school.
Right.
And, you know, it was pretty brutal. But then after that, you know, in 8th grade, I started winning. You know, I won the region tournament, and then I've wrestled since then. I've wrestled since 6th grade, and now I'm a senior in high school.
So people who haven't seen the tape don't understand how you can pin someone if you have no arms and legs. But
how do you even get them down?
I don't know. How do you do it? I mean, like, can you explain it? It's hard.
Yeah, I work a lot on speed and stuff like that, and if I get out on their legs or, you know, if they try to lock up on me, then I'm going to, you know, throw them straight on their back. Right now I'm butterflying close to 430 pounds.
Wow.
So that's most in a lot of 103-pounders, which is my weight class.
Do you ever sit and, like, when you dream at night, do you dream that you have legs and arms?
Well, you know, it's something that, you know, crossed my mind every now and then, but then, you know, I believe that people are kind of put in a, you know, situation for a reason.
Right.
And, you know, I believe that I'm in that situation, and I just want to make the best of it.
So you're in a wheelchair now, but most times you don't even use a wheelchair.
No, not even at my house, you know.
Really?
Chair stays in the garage, and, you know, I use one at school just to get from class to class, but, you know.
Are you a good student?
Yeah, I got a 3.7 GPA right now.
Well, no kidding.
Yeah.
And what are you going to do after high school?
I got accepted to the University of Georgia, so that's where I'm headed right now. I'm probably going to wrestle on the team there.
Wow.
You're going to wrestle college?
Yeah, it's they don't have a D1 program, but it's a club team there.
What's a D1?
Division 1.
So what does that mean?
Well,
they don't have a D1 program.
There's a big issue right now called Title IX, same number of male and female scholarships.
Yeah.
So they can't give scholarships out because they're scrubbing a lot of the non-money making sports, and wrestling's one of them.
You got brothers and sisters, right?
Yeah, 3 Younger sisters.
And they got arms and legs and everything.
Oh yeah.
You got dealt this deck, huh?
Yeah, but you know, everybody's got their adversities to overcome. You know.
I know. Look at my face. You at least have an attractive face. Just look at me.
But you know, I think that you know, everybody's kind of got, you know, an even playing field in life, and I think that you know, other people's adversity to overcome is way harder than mine. I've seen a lot of people. You know, I was down taking driver's education a couple weeks ago.
Damn, you got a good idea. What are you, a Jesus freak or something?
Yeah.
You must be into Jesus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's going on here.
I was going to say, there's got to be something underlying.
I mean, yeah, there's something going on with you. You're not on any kind of drugs or anything, are you?
No, but my faith is a big part of my life, and it's really helped me a lot. You know, everybody's got their down days, and it's a
See, if
crutch.
I was you, I'd be a heroin addict.
I mean,
How did you get the heroin, though?
I get it. I figured this guy's figured out how to do everything. He can figure out how to shoot
You
up.
even figure out how to get out of the chair.
Are you able to inject yourself with anything? Have you ever tried?
I haven't before.
You never shot up or anything?
No. But I mean, you know, for like, I've given blood before, just out my neck.
You know what kills me? Like, look at this guy next to you, Casey. Big, strong, handsome guy.
mess.
He's a mess. You got no arms and legs, and you're still cool.
Thanks, Howard.
Casey, you ought to learn something from this guy.
I think about it every day. I know.
What do you think about? You don't even have a brain. How can you think?
All right, I don't think.
He thinks he's going to think about it.
I think about it every day. God.
I knew a dude in high school, Howard, who had arms, but he had no legs. He was a wrestler. He wasn't bad. He was good because he was.
I bet you this guy could take you down in 2 seconds.
You know what? He probably could.
That's right.
What weight do you wrestle?
103.
See, he's wrestling 103. He's got to be about 5 times stronger than all kids he's wrestling.
Oh, you're going to tell me he has an advantage?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
He's taking advantage
You
of those
pussy.
guys.
You know, the issue, actually, it's come up, but it's only from kids that, you know, I whooped up on. You know, their parents come
Yeah,
and,
right. They go,
complain to
yeah,
me, yeah.
yeah, you know what it is? Your body weight is a lot more.
Right. We all get on the same scale.
Hey, did you hear how much Jenny McCarthy wanted me?
Yeah, I heard
Did you hear
backstage.
that?
Yeah, that's nuts. I got to meet her when I was a 6th grader. Man, she's gorgeous.
How'd you meet her?
It was at the Sports Super Show, trade show in Atlanta.
You didn't get her.
Nah, I got a kiss from her.
You did?
Yeah, in the cheek.
Oh, what was it, like a pity thing because you don't have arms and legs?
Maybe.
Little bitch.
He'll take it. He'll take it.
Anything, right?
Damn right. Hey, what do you think of that? I was a pity thing, too. Take a look at me. Oh. What about chicks? You are a good-looking dude. If you don't mind me saying, I'm not gay or anything, but
Thanks. No, but
You can even tell.
I've had a couple girlfriends throughout high school,
oh yeah.
And the cool thing is, my friends and girls, they'll just accept me for who I am. My whole life's been about the pursuit of normalcy. And so,
No kidding.
after people, get to know me for a while, they're not going to see the handicap anymore, and we'll just go out there and we'll have a good time.
No kidding. So you've had women in a biblical sense.
Oh yeah.
No kidding. Good
Yeah.
for you, man. It's your attitude. Chicks dig that.
He's very confident.
God,
I bet you could do some funky positions.
Oh, my God.
I couldn't get laid in high school with arms and legs.
A lot of girls say to me, my arms and legs get in the way.
No, but it's really interesting to get know somebody on a personal level, just because they're not going to look at me as disabled anymore, and that's the way that I want to look, because I don't see myself as disabled.
That's what I say about girls too.
What?
I don't want them to look at me like I'm disabled, just because of the way I look. You and I got a lot in common, my friend. I'm telling you right now. So
Yeah, but he's handling it a lot better.
Yeah, I'm in the psychiatrist's office 4 days a week. How many days a week do you go?
Haven't been yet.
You've never been to one? You never been to a shrink?
No.
Jeez, I figured you'd have to
I
be.
don't even need one.
Boy, I'm not going to be able to go today.
I actually kind of wanted to look into that, though, as a major in college, maybe psychology.
Yeah, you
Try to
could
help
help
some people
some
I'd go to
crazy
you.
people who are thinking they have problems.
You're the dude. What about pleasuring yourself? Can you do it?
Well,
I bet you I know how you do it. Don't tell me. This is how if I was in your situation, this is what I would do, because I'd have to do it. I would get on my belly and rub into the bed. Am I right?
You can use your imagination. But,
See?
I'm not going to give up any secrets, but...
Because you can't use... Because you sort of have arms. Like, not arms, but, you get some...
Well, I can... I
can't
work
reach
out all
it.
the time. I do butterfly motion, stuff like that. I got full reach, and I can write with a normal pencil, can type like 50 words a minute.
I saw that, man. You're awesome.
type?
He types 50 words a minute better than you.
I can't type.
You must have good parents, man.
Oh, yeah, my parents are great. They've helped me through a lot. They actually... they're the type of parents that, my dad told me, if he doesn't learn how to eat on his own, he's going to starve. And if he doesn't learn how to swim on his own, I'm going to throw him in a pool and he's going to get out.
Really?
Yeah, so, they're good about
Sounds
it.
like a real
that way.
dick.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so
He didn't just pick you up and throw you in a pool.
No, but they, that's kind of the way that he's taught me.
He drowned him.
He didn't ask me if I could wrestle. He just put me on a mat. He was a big wrestler up in Michigan. He's the one that got me into it.
Wow.
look, if I throw you off a building, you're gonna fly.
Anything within reason.
You got a good attitude, man.
Yeah.
What, and they got you into Jesus and everything?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's got to be.
Big part of my life.
You know what? I'm all for it. If you got a good attitude, I'm all for Jesus.
Whatever gets you
Yeah,
through
maybe
tonight.
there's something to that.
Maybe I'll get into Jesus. I'm thinking about it. Just meeting you. You ever get in a street fight? Any guys ever try to? You have?
Oh, yeah. Well, I've
wise
never
off the guys?
ever started a fight before.
Who would fight a guy in a wheelchair with no
Actually,
arms or legs?
I would have. Strong.
With the guy being cruel, like giving you a nickname and stuff?
Yeah, well, there's been a couple of instances. Like, I was at a football camp. I played football for 3 years, played defensive line.
I saw that.
And
What?
this kid was giving me crap at a football camp, and
What do you call you?
I don't even know what he
A
just
guy
said
gave you
something,
crap?
something,
A guy?
He was just trying to get attention for himself, so I ended up throwing him in a squat rack.
You're a bully.
No.
Hey, some J.O. like football player, right? Just trying to be like a wise.
Yeah,
master.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. I'm not going to start anything with anybody, but
Gary was like weird when he first met you. He's like, I don't know. Am I supposed to shake his hand? A lot of people get awkward
That
with
was
you
a
and stuff?
conversation. No one knew whether to shake his hand or not.
yeah, a lot of my friends have told me that too. But I'm completely cool with that. Wrestlers, we like contact. It's kind of a weird thing, but we like to throw each other around.
So what? Like afterwards, do I shake your hand?
Yeah, I guess
How
so.
do you do that? What do you do? Like
You just grab on.
Yeah.
You grab on? I'll try.
Promise I won't crush it or anything.
Oh yeah, I don't want you to hurt me.
You want to hear the lowest of the low? Some kids tried to steal his wheelchair when he was in school, but he kicked the crap out of him.
Those kids are not gonna go to heaven.
But who would try to steal the guy's wheelchair?
And you kicked the crap out of him?
Yeah, the kid, he was thinking that he's going to, throw me out. I wasn't going to be able to stand up for myself. And the kid, he was standing 2 inches in front of me, hit him in the stomach, hit him in the mouth, and he was out.
Wow.
You know, I mean, what kind of human being would steal a dude's wheelchair?
Dicks.
These kids.
Those kids are good.
Yeah.
What school did you go to? Roosevelt?
No. I go to a real good school. We've got, we've got some great kids, 4,200 kids at the school. This is my first year wrestling varsity. I'm behind, some of the best wrestlers in the state every year. It's made me a lot better.
I'm starting to resent you.
See, I knew it.
No, I mean, really, this guy comes in here, no arms and legs. He's having a better life than me. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of people with no arms and legs having a better time than me. God damn it.
I knew you'd find some way that you're worse off.
I can fix that real quick.
Guy's getting laid. A lot?
No, I just, it's not about that. But, the girls,
I mean, you're only in high school.
it's just,
Shouldn't be getting laid that much.
No, I like hanging out with women. I like women on a personal level.
No wonder guys are stealing your wheelchair.
Yeah, he's
had it with
making
you.
out.
Can you put on a rubber? See, you're always bragging about what you can do. That's what I want to know.
Yeah, and I haven't met many things that I can't do.
Really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Get a chick to do it for you.
How does he eat? I guess he
The guy eats better than I do.
he
doesn't
doesn't even spill.
I went over to Vincinetti the other night. I had cranberry all over my shirt. This guy eats better than I do. He types better than I do.
If I was like that, I'd tell my
Everything.
friends, look, just drop me in the buffet.
You are awesome.
You'll eat your way out.
Yeah, just drop me in the...
And by the way, Artie, not to mention anything, look how fit this dude is.
Nah, I put on
Ashamed of
about
yourself.
23 pounds after the season. I was cutting a lot of weight.
You don't think I'm ashamed of myself?
Been about 125 right now.
What is it, Dominic?
This kid is making me cry. He's incredible.
He's awesome.
I mean, I have to go for
Boo-hoo.
Willie.
Boo-hoo, counselor.
What?
He does it all.
He does it all.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
And Dominic, you're a big fat slob.
Not anymore, but you're incredible, man. Unbelievable.
Thank you.
He is. He really is, Dominic. You'd
That's
be
really been one
inspired.
of the most important things that's come out of all this, and doing some of these appearances like this is incredible, and I can't thank you guys enough for this. But it's
Do
you think at some point, you do say you have down days. Do you think at some point you'll just say, I'm tired of struggling?
Everybody's got to struggle every day, and I think that that's kind of what's brings a little bit of fun in life.
So what age were you when you first started getting chicks? I mean, in a real way. Like when did you lose your virginity?
I don't even know. It's
Oh,
just,
dude, you know.
No.
Don't worry, Jesus ain't gonna
No, I'm
punish
not
you.
gonna.
You're allowed, man. Jesus is gonna love you.
I can't talk
Jesus
too much
will,
about
just
that.
because
But
there's no
were you
arms
younger than 16? Oh, that's Jesus.
yeah, see, there he is right now. Coming to get me.
But seriously, were you younger than 16 when you had your first woman?
Well, it's
You did, didn't you? Look at you.
Man.
See, I can't
Wait a
take
minute,
this
where's he
hounding.
doing it?
Where are you doing it? In your parents' house? Where are you going to have sex?
What do teens do? I don't know.
Dude, is your mom out there?
No.
Good thing.
Yeah.
Wash your mouth out with soap.
You know who is
I'm
out
gonna
there?
get killed.
Jesus. He's in the green room. He's coming in to sit in on the news.
So you're telling me you can pleasure yourself with just using your arms, like the arms that you have?
Anybody's got to make do with what they've got.
Wow. I'm not gay. I don't want to see that, but I just try to imagine it. That's way cool.
But I think that anybody in my situation, if you got to come through, you've got to fight out, and I think that
You've certainly
wrestling's been
seen some people who are not doing as well as
Oh
you.
yeah, there's been a lot of people in my situation that they're
Can I ask
they're
a question?
overweight now and they're just depressed. That's not where I want to be. I
You
wanna
should
stay
be
fit.
you should be a motivational speaker.
Right now, I'm working on some speaking deals, and actually, right now, I book deals and movies
Really?
and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Hey,
Yeah.
Howard?
Yeah?
I think he's got that going on. He's here with his management team.
Who's going to play him in the movie?
I'd actually be playing myself.
I would have to think
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
have to.
Who are the leads?
Why? You could get that guy from Forrest Gump.
Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant Dan had no legs. Just chop off his arms and let's get going. Let's see a guy who's really committed to his craft.
Think of a guy.
Hey, I got to ask you something. The wiping must be tough. That's got to be the tough one.
Got to figure it out,
How'd you figure that out?
it's
Can
just
you do
something-
it?
You still haven't figured it out.
A lot of
You wipe back to front or front to back? Honestly.
a lot of situations though that arise. I got to figure it out.
Wait
on
a
the
second.
run.
You're telling me you can wipe yourself?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
With no arms or
Of course,
legs?
Yeah. I wouldn't be able to get around.
Where do you hold the toilet paper? With your teeth?
Get out. How are you going to do
I have to be
that?
awfully flexible for
Give me a demo of that. What do you do?
same way. I can reach
From back to front
Yeah.
or front to back?
from front.
Front to back.
Oh,
Yeah.
you go front to back.
Yeah.
That's the way you're supposed to. I don't even do
Of
that.
course, front to back.
He's figured it out.
That's awesome.
Thanks.
If you did a demo of
Little
that,
things
man,
in
I'd like
life.
to see it. If you're ever demoing.
Think of a guy like Jeff the Drunk. He bangs up his arm, and he can't stop drinking.
When's the last time you made a duty?
Last night.
And you took care of your own
Oh,
business?
of course, yeah.
Like your mom doesn't have to come in and help you?
And how do you go to the urinal?
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Oh, yeah.
You go to the urinal?
Of course,
How
yeah.
do you get up
I've
on
got
that?
a chair that I drive around in school. It's an electric chair.
Like James Bond.
And just kind of like dancing. I love to dance with girls. I'll go to a club and have
Really?
like
How do you
6 girls
dance?
around.
In the chair or out of the chair?
In the chair.
So the motorized chair.
Yeah, I use that for some stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Can you do the electric slide?
Literally, he can.
Yep.
I just can't believe you can wipe properly and cleanly.
Oh, yeah.
I can't. I have to rinse afterwards. It's such a mess back there. I have horrible hygiene. Not on purpose. I mean, I just can't figure out how to do it. I have to wet gobs of toilet paper and get back there.
But
clean.
you wear shirts with buttons and...
Yeah.
You're an awesome dude.
Just got to have something to learn how to do, you know, like zippers and stuff like that. Socks took me a while to figure out, but it's something I had to do.
You're going to write a book about this?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you ought to, man. Do me a favor. When you write the book, let me ask the questions. Because I'll ask you the questions that'll sell the book.
I know. Chapter 1, back to front.
Yeah, then we get pictures of you wiping yourself. I mean, you don't have to be naked. You just, you know.
Yeah, I'm actually, you know, looking for that. So, you know, if there's any viewers out there that could help with that, you know, we're constantly trying to keep up with some endorsement deals, maybe some commercial something, anything. Right
Are
now,
you a
just
good
to take
lover?
start. I haven't had any complaints.
Really? Because I'm awful at it.
That's it.
I'm just wondering how you're good at it.
Now, can you cook? Because you're almost perfect.
Yeah.
Yep.
Robin
a
will
little
marry
bit. I can cook cereal well enough. You know, that's all I eat.
Me too. Let's say hi to Jasmine. Jasmine, you're on the air. You're on with a man named Kyle Maynard, who's really awesome. And you can actually go to his website, kmaynard.com, KMAYNARD.com. What goes on there? Just like inspirational stuff?
Yeah, well, it's right now. It's kind of under construction. Right now, it's just up there. So that there's a couple pictures. You know, there's contact information and stuff like that. But there's actually going to be a professional one that's being worked on pretty soon.
Awesome.
So it's nothing established yet.
Let's see. This is Jasmine. Jasmine, go ahead. You're on with Kyle.
Howard, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Why?
I listen to you every day, and you bitch and moan every single day about your father and your childhood and this and that and this guy.
Well, I have real problems, ma'am.
Oh,
no offense to Kyle.
His life
You
is a
have
piece of
all
cake.
Kyle's
your
got
life.
it pretty easy. I've had some real difficult times.
Please.
Well, yeah, that's the truth.
And I
though,
just want to
people.
say to him, God bless you.
Yes, absolutely.
You are an inspiration, and just keep up the good work.
Thank you. You know, in the old days, some parents, if they had a kid who was born with no arms or legs, they'd just give him away or throw him in a river or something.
Yeah, I know it. I'm fortunate that you know, I'm living right now in the time that can accommodate me.
Right. I actually threw 2 children away into a river, so I don't want to.
You're fessing up.
You're making me feel guilty. I probably should have kept those kids around.
They might have turned out okay.
Yeah. You know, I had a whole image. It's a very, very upsetting thing. Man, that's unbelievable. Unbelievable, man. You're an inspiration to me.
Thank you, Howard. I've been a fan for a while now.
Let me give you
Could
some
you
toilet
tell
paper.
this
Let me
on-
give you
wait a
toilet
minute, let me
paper
no.
and show me how you wipe. I got to see.
I got to ask you a question. Can you tell this on amnio or those ultrasounds? Can they see that this is happening?
Well, actually, I don't even believe that my parents knew when I was born. My dad was in the military, and you know, I was born at Walter Reed Army Hospital, and you know, in D.C. And you know, they just I don't think they knew. And of course, you know, when I come out, you know, they think immediately, you know, like financial burden because it costs a lot, wheelchairs and all that. You know, they're really out there to get you.
Well, you know what Robin's point is? Like, if you could start seeing this stuff, you know, beforehand when
Right.
parents are bored.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think that, you know, if I could, you know, reach out to anyone in that situation, it's possible for anyone under any circumstances to have a great life.
Right.
See, that's a deep question, man. After meeting this guy, you
Yeah.
know, you don't do that.
Hey, Mike, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, what's up, Howard? You know, this kid's full of crap. He can't do half that stuff he talks about. You're telling
No,
me
I
this kid
seen
gets
it. He
laid
can
all the
do it.
time?
I think he gets laid. I don't think he's a liar. You got laid, right? You swear to God?
Yeah.
Okay. He gets
I have
laid.
to fess up to some stuff.
He's a good-looking dude.
And
Telling
he's
you.
got a great attitude.
Yeah. A lot.
It's more about attitude.
I'll tell you, you're much happier than midgets. I have those guys in here all the time, and they get all freaked out, and
Bunch of wussies.
they got their arms and legs.
Yeah, but, you know, there's people that I still think that they've gotten, you know, a much worse situation than me. These people, you know, going around and, like, even, like, the sip and puff wheelchairs and stuff like that, suffered spinal injuries. You know, I look at that. One of the, you know, a good friend of mine, he was injured actually on September 11th, 2001. His only team to have football practice that day. He was
Right.
paralyzed
Wow.
that day. And
Would you prove
he's still got
something
great
now?
attitude.
Would you have sex with our own Robin right now to prove that
Robin's beautiful, but I'm going to...
you're going to bow out of
Yeah,
that?
I'm going to bow out.
She'll kill you.
What?
You're too much for him. I don't think he's up to it.
I can't breathe. Stop.
Oh, there's toilet paper. Now, let me ask you something. Now, this is a good question. I got to figure this out. You're telling me you could go to the roll and take it down with your arms, right?
Yeah. I'll go that far. I'm not
All
going
right,
to be able
show
to...
me how you.
all right.
Let me show me how you work it. I got to know.
You know,
Look at this
pretty
guy.
easy to handle.
Wow. Hey, you're not kidding. pain in the neck, though. It's hard to rip off.
Not really. He's got it.
Awesome. Wow. So awesome.
Oh, my God.
He just did it.
Really does make you feel bad about yourself. Get out of here.
It had the opposite effect on Artie.
Go ahead, Joanne. Yes, you're on the air. You're on with Kyle, who really is an awesome dude. And I hope he gets a book deal and a movie's made of his life, because I swear I would watch it. Joanne, go ahead.
Hi, good morning. He really turns me on in a way because he's very inspirational. What's your name, guy?
Kyle.
Kyle, hi.
Hey, good to see you.
Do you think that maybe we can get together and I could have like a date with you?
You know, I'm only going to be in New York for a while now, but I'm leaving tonight.
Yeah, I'm very sexy, you know. I'm tall, blonde hair, blue eyes, gigantic boobs.
Sound beautiful.
Oh, get out of here. You got to be careful, man. Especially in New York. Where are you from?
I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, about 40
Atlanta,
minutes
Georgia.
northeast of the city, in Swanee.
So now your story's getting out there. I can see a definite book. I can see you being an inspirational speaker.
TV movie.
They should have you like a Weight Watchers meetings when these old cows get up there and they go, I can't lose weight. And you get up there, man.
Look, you should call Howard when he comes and goes, darn it, I got another cold.
Right.
No, that's something that's, fitness has been a big part of my life. And I've had a lot of people help me out with that. Gerard Dente with MHP. They've helped me out a lot with the supplementation.
What's your plan, though? Like, are you going to... who are these managers? They know what they're doing?
Oh, yeah. You know, I've got
What do you
some...
mean?
Who you got,
I trust
ICM
them.
or somebody?
Who do you got managing you?
No, there's some independent people, but, you know,
Let me take a look at
really
these
well
people.
connected.
Bring in these managers. Let me
Let's
handle
find
this
out
for you.
who they are.
Get these leeches out of your life.
Yeah. Let me see if they know what they're doing with you.
Where'd they come from?
They could end up blowing this whole thing. I see big bucks in this.
Could somebody take the toilet paper away now?
No, it's all right.
Yeah, we know now. That's good.
How many people in your management team here with you? Three.
I've got 3, yeah.
Look at this. 3 guys. I don't even have 3 guys.
How are you?
3 managements. How you doing, guys?
Nice to meet you.
Now, what's the plan? What is your name, sir?
My name is John Golden.
John, and what do you do? Make it a little lower. I can't hear you otherwise.
I'm sorry, Howard. There you go.
Your name is John, and John, what are you? You're the manager?
Yeah, we have a management team that's basically promoting Kyle and looking for opportunity and trying to mix what he wants to do and where he wants to go with what's going on out there.
Right.
And there's a lot, as you say, there is a lot of opportunity, and there is going to be big bucks.
I see big Weight Watcher, like inspirational meetings. Like we're
terrific.
talking to
Not
corporate...
even just Weight Watchers. Don't limit him.
Talking to corporations, motivating their lazy staff and saying, look at this guy and what he can do.
It's something I aspire to do later in life. I definitely want to go for that. But I really...
I see you up on stage. You bring up 2 guys who haven't met their sales quota, and you just beat the crap out of them. It'd be beautiful.
I was thinking about some wellness centers, actually.
Wellness centers.
Yeah. So
Forget that.
Because I love working out. I love hanging out with people, and making a little bit of dough wouldn't be bad.
So what are we looking at? Movie? But who's this gentleman over here? What do you do?
Rich Landon. I'm part of the management team.
Oh, look at you.
Do a lot of promo for him. I'm the one that booked him here with Will from your staff.
And who's the incredibly hot broad with the big chest? Who is that?
I'm Rebecca Marinozzi, part of the management team.
No kidding. Oh, that's management I like.
She's cute.
What, are you married to one of these guys?
No,
You're just part of the team.
I'm part of the team.
Rebecca Marinozzi.
Believe me,
I am married, though.
you're the best part of that team. You 2 getting it on or what? You and Kyle?
Not yet.
Kyle, you got to figure out a way to do that. Jesus or no Jesus. I don't care if she's
Howard,
married. Yes.
Pardon me. I would like to say that Becky's husband, Tony Marinozzi, is
going to
really-
kick my ass?
Well, that for sure. But
Right.
when he's finished with that, he's the guy who really put this all together, who met and knew Kyle, who had the inspiration, who's basically the engine for what we're trying to do, and a wonderful screenwriter.
It's
So
really,
that's where we are.
it's awesome. Double A, go ahead. You have the last word with the great Kyle Maynard, who I'm happy and honored to meet. Go ahead, Double A.
Hey, Howard, man, this guy really makes you feel like really crappy about your own life. I mean, I
Yes,
struck out with a whore, and this guy gets laid.
Yeah, you strike out with whores. This guy, a
Damn.
whore, went running out of his house.
What's
and yet
going
you,
on here?
Well, Double A, you need to speak to this guy. This is your first person you're going to give an inspirational speech to. Listen, Kyle, you're a good dude, and I'm proud of you, and it's an honor to meet you.
It's an honor to be here.
And you are an inspiration to lots of people. You do make us feel bad because you're so together.
Well, you know, that's not what I'm out here for. I
I
think
know.
that people, you know, just if I can help one person and make them feel better, then that's all what I'm.
Well, they should feel bad because they've been whining about their riches, Kyle. That's
Right.
what he's saying.
And Kyle, between you and me, don't worry, I'll get you a real agent. No, I'm just kidding, guys. You're a good management team. I know you're on top
Working
of things.
hard,
I like what you're saying. and blah, blah, blah.
Howard, while I got a chance, there's a company out there that likes to donate a van with a wheelchair access lift. That's one thing I'm working on.
All right, we're going to get that happen. There's got to be someone who wants to help out with this. Kyle, you're just an inspiration. Would you ever do WWE?
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm actually a pretty big fan, and I got to, they did a piece on me, one of the confidential pieces. I got to go back and meet all the guys, and I wouldn't mind getting in the ring and throwing.
They should have you wrestle.
Great.
That'd be nuts.
I'd watch that.
You know what, Howard? I'm going to give Kyle a 50.
Hey, wait a second. We saw his piece, Howard, remember?
Yeah.
They threw you out of the ring, right?
No, I actually didn't get to wrestle. I was going to have a match with Kurt Angle, but it didn't end up happening. He was in South Africa.
Right. Well, you could be like The Rock.
Oh, yeah.
You could be the Pebble.
I'd give him a match.
Yeah. You could kick up a
They
match.
could be a tag team.
The Stone.
Well, congratulations. I couldn't wait to meet you, and congratulations to your management team, and I like what's going on. And I guess the only thing we have to say now is if you want to get in touch, if anybody gets some sort of van or any of that kind of thing.
Wheelchair also.
Wheelchair would be awesome. kmaynard.com is the website, and that's under construction right now. All right, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back right after these words.
Here are the judges from American Idol evaluating a singer.
I'm so high, I can hear heaven. I'm so high, I can hear heaven. But heaven don't hear me. And they say that a hero can save us. I'm not gonna stand here and wait.
All right, I'm going to stop you now. Tell me what you think of this guy. Simon?
He's all right.
He's right what?
He's all right.
He's just okay.
Yeah.
Not great.
Nah.
You're not taking him to Hollywood.
What do you think, Paula?
You got a nice tone. The thing is you have no projection, and you close your eyes the whole time. That's one thing we look at is like if you can engage with us, that we can see your showman.
Randy, do you feel the same way?
Yeah, I mean, you know, he was all right, though.
Now, here's the funny thing. This is Simon's worst nightmare. Tim here, his real name is Josie. He is the creator of that song and the lead singer of the band.
I thought he
sold
looked
millions. He sold millions of records.
I thought he looked familiar.
He
from the band Saliva.
He's from the band Saliva, and he is the guy who had a hit record with us.
Therefore, my comment made sense. You closed your eyes, and I said you had a good voice.
Now, Simon, what does that mean?
I don't know what I'm talking about.
The Howard Stern Show.
During the commercials, I was talking to Kyle Maynard, who was just in here with no arms and legs, and just had a few thoughts. You know, that's a dude. I mean, I've never met his parents, but he's got to have the most awesome set of parents on the planet, because I've never seen a better, more well-adjusted kid. And you know, I was just having this feeling that talking to him, I mean, I would be so proud if he was my son, you know, Kyle Maynard.
Right.
And it is true, when a kid like that is born, you probably sit there with your wife and you go, oh, my God, this is horrible. This is a nightmare. This is like the worst thing.
This is going to turn out awful.
This is going to turn out awful. And I'm sitting there thinking, I'd want to be around that kid every single day. He's so awesome, and it'd be so great to know him. And now, you know, I was just talking to him.
In fact, one of the guys who was with him said, you know what, I sit around and talk to him all the time about anything and everything, and I have never seen him off balance.
So I was just talking to him, and he was telling me he's going off to college, and I was saying, oh, that's going to be kind of cool, and what he's going to be doing. He's going to be living in the dorms and all this kind of stuff. And I said, man, what a personable guy. And
I had to ask how old he was. How old?
He's the same age as my daughter, Deborah, because they're, you know,
right,
she's turning 18 and he's turning 18.
You wouldn't look at him and say he's 18.
No, you think he's much older.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell you what, if you do, now it makes you think, and it's kind of something you got into. If you do go to some doctor and you get amniocentesis, and you know, imagine the doctor comes back and says, look, if you have the baby, he's going to have no arms or legs.
Right.
And I think my first inclination would be, well, then you got to abort. But I got to tell you, that kid.
You'd miss that kid.
That kid is awesome. And I know it's a tough life for him. You know, you got you got to say, well, it would be a tough life for the kid. And, no, you know, no life is easy. I mean, you see people with arms and legs who have all kinds of problems.
Right.
But
KC,
yeah, he's got it all, and yet he can't pull it together. So I'm like, I tell you.
It's weird.
I know, it makes you think, doesn't it?
And that kid is going to help a lot of people in his life.
And he's a wonderful guy.
And think of all the people with arms and legs who help no one.
Right.
That would be me.
Now, that isn't even you. You help people. but there are many total wastes.
It was really weird because his manager came up to me afterwards and he says to me, "Hey, Howard, I see here you work all the equipment while you do the show." He goes, "That's got to be incredibly difficult." And I'm like thinking, that kid has no arms and he can wipe his ass.
Yeah.
I mean, that's 10 times more impressive. All right. Anyway, real quick, because we got to start the news, and we have a lot going on today, but Crazy Cabbie is here. He's trying to get John's job, and today his task is to come in and tell us what he's observed back there, if there's any funny anecdotes or stories about the
Or
staff.
staff gossip.
Staff gossip. Cabbie, you were late today for work. That's a big negative.
People will probably take that into consideration when they're voting.
Yeah. I don't. If we're doing an internet vote, I don't see myself getting many votes.
You don't know. You polarize people. There are people who really like you, and there are people who really hate you. And John the Stutterer, I found a lot of people said they liked him. Dan the Song Parody Man, a lot of people liked him. But
Dan the Song Parody Man's a good guy. He was really good in here, too, by the way.
You're one of those guys that, you do have strong vocal fans who will stick up for you. So you never know.
And plus, the fact that I'm on the radio here in New York, I'm going to so whore myself for votes.
You're going to lobby, huh?
All the jocks, I'm going to call in and say, you got to tell these people to vote for me.
There you go.
So I have my staff.
And by the way, just one other thing. People voting on the Internet could always get confused. And think of Buchanan in the last election. He got a lot of Al Gore's votes. So you never know. Some fluke could happen and you get in.
When you finally do run the vote, is it going to be you can only vote once, so there's no way people can cheat?
Vote once.
Okay.
Cabbie's like,
you can
damn,
only
no
vote
cheating.
once?
You would prefer cheating?
I would, actually.
Okay.
Yes.
How do you mean they can only vote once?
Because you have ways of locking out IP O's.
Why are we doing that?
IP addresses.
IP address, whatever that is.
On American Idol, you can vote as many times as you want.
That's a different thing, though.
Yeah, that's phone and text messaging.
Yeah, and it's phone messaging.
And they don't care. We know people like Cabbie will do something creepy and fix the vote.
Speaking of American Idol, dude, Randy Jackson needs to fill that gap in his tooth. And did you see the fat hanging from his arm?
I agree.
Okay.
Are his teeth falling out?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, he has a tooth that's missing. You should really put it in. Should fix that. It's disturbing.
And he needs to differentiate between the I love you and the yo heavy metal, because he's saying yo dog and he's always flipping up the devil horns.
I don't think he really knows what he's doing.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, he was never really schooled in that.
All right,
Are you glad
Cabbie.
the redhead finally got kicked off?
Yes.
How racist is that show? I mean, there's 3 black people, a Hawaiian, and a white person left. That show is so racist.
Right. Yeah, what a ridiculous notion. Elton John really said the wrong thing.
But that's racist. Whenever you see black people, just immediately you scream racism.
Right.
All right,
Cabbie, you've been hanging out back there. Did you learn any gossip?
I have actually a lot of gossip, but Gary told me I should keep it to 1.
Okay.
And but my
will you be able to do that?
I don't know, because
if your gossip is really good, maybe we won't be able to.
Yeah. So I'm going to go with the first one.
All right.
Okay. Who in this room besides Artie? We'll leave him out because we already know. Would you think has committed a major felony in their life? I'm sorry, on the show, not necessarily in the room, because that person might not be in this room.
Oh, KC?
I know KC did.
No, it's not KC.
Well, he did, though.
He did.
He beat up some guy.
Oh, okay.
A major felony?
Does this person want this known? Maybe they don't.
Well, that isn't the point here, is it? Didn't Stuttering John just say things to say things? Major felony.
Really?
And it's not Artie, and it's not Casey.
It's not Artie, and it's not Casey.
They actually work and collect a salary.
What's the felony first?
Auto theft.
Oh. Wow. You?
No. Gary.
Gary Delabate?
Baba Booey is a felon.
He never told us that.
You stole a car? I think you did tell us that, man.
Not on the air.
No?
I've never
Did you not want that on the air?
No, I don't care.
All
It's
right.
cool. It's the stupidest thing I ever did in my whole life.
I thought you were going to reveal Gary's mistress.
No, that's the other secret.
Oh, that would have been a good one.
I was 14 years old, and a dude, we used to hang out at this park, and this guy left his convertible open with the keys in it. And one of the other guys I knew said, let's take it. And I wanted to seem like I was cool. He was an older guy, so we got in it, and we just took the car. We took it for like an hour. We drove it all around.
Joyride.
Yeah, we took it for a joyride. We drove it all around, past the cops a couple times, freaked out. And then we went to put it back, and the spot was taken, so we parked it like 2 blocks away.
He didn't get arrested.
That's felony theft, though.
That's a felony, but he didn't get
He
arrested.
didn't get charged.
I never said he got arrested. I said he committed a felony.
All right. That's pretty good.
Oh, see? You know?
Well, you know what?
Polish
Okay.
the turd, man.
All right, go with your second one.
What's your second one?
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's fine.
All right. Anne Marie. You know, we all know Anne Marie.
Does she want this admitted?
I have no idea.
Oh, no, we don't want that. No, what else you got?
You want the Anne Marie one?
No.
No. You don't?
I don't think
No, the Casey
I
one
don't know what it is.
The Casey one is funny. You're talking about what your friend at the tanning parlor told you?
Yeah, well, the tanning parlor.
All right, this is good. Let's hear the Casey guy.
Well, he's just going to come in and deny it, but me and my girlfriend, when I first met her, she went to school down by where Casey lives.
Right.
And we saw him, and this is, I swear on my relationship with my mother.
Well, we're swearing something that means something to you.
All right, I swear on my girl and my dogs.
Okay, then I believe you.
That we went driving up 57th out here, and there's a Holiday Inn down there by where, he lives, and he was coming out of the hotel with a man. Now, and when they got outside, they stood and they hugged. And it wasn't a hug like, yo, bro, it's good to see you. It was a hug.
KC.
See, now, I can tell you one thing. First of all, the hotel that he's talking about, Casey's apartment was right next to it. That's where he used to live.
Yeah.
The hugging part I couldn't tell you about. So they weren't coming out of a hotel. They were coming out of his apartment.
No, they were coming. Listen, we saw them walk out of the door of the hotel.
Case, want to talk about this? Go ahead.
Okay, so you saw me hug a guy?
Listen to him.
See, this is a good one. This is a good one.
Outside a hotel. The
Now you're
Holiday
onto
Inn.
something.
Why aren't you coming out of your building? You weren't coming out of your building, dude.
Dude, I'm at the Holiday Inn. My gym is there.
Oh.
My gym is there, and I've stayed there
Is
before.
that your workout buddy? Does he spot for you?
Dude, you can think whatever you want, man.
You
but
hug the guy after every workout?
What happened? Was this the guy you work out with?
I have no idea who he's talking. What does he look like?
I don't know.
Have you ever hugged a guy coming out of the
Hug the
hotel?
guy? I mean, maybe like when you shake somebody's hand, you give him a half of a hug.
Dude, it wasn't that kind of hug.
No, it wasn't like what do you think? It was like a sensual hug? I'm
It
going to
was
hug somebody?
definite, like...
No, I
Was the guy hot?
Like, thanks for just banging my, up there.
Shut up, Cabbie.
do me
You're
a
the one who
favor.
like gay sex.
Cabbie.
So what? I admit I had gay sex.
So
What's the
I would
point?
admit it too. It doesn't mean anything if I
I'm
hug the
going to
guy.
the second part of the secret.
Wait a minute, Cabbie and Casey, I got to see what kind of hug it was. Could you demonstrate
I'll do
on
it.
Casey?
All right, show Casey what he did. Be honest. Don't lie.
It was like this. Put your arms around me. It was long.
That's gay.
It was a long, it was at least a 10-second hug because we stopped. We pulled over. And I was like, that's KC. And my girl's like, he's hugging
That's
that
ridiculous.
man.
Joey, go ahead. You're on the air.
Howard, this has been the worst week ever with Cabbie on here. Okay, his song parody. I don't know why you guys were laughing at it.
I thought that was funny.
That was
No.
funny.
Yeah.
Come on.
Jealous.
Yesterday is the most played out song parody. Casey being gay is like the most played out topic. He comes in late today.
So it was late, whatever.
That Who's the Knees game, I heard that on a morning zoo show out in Colorado about 4
Are you
months
jealous
ago. I
because
thought
you
it
didn't
was
come
supposed
up
to be
with it?
original.
Are you jealous? Are you
What are
jealous because you're not going to
Come
get a
up with
chance?
something original, Cabbie.
Okay.
All right, there's this is one of the voters.
He won't
You
be
swallow.
voting for you, I don't.
Jerry, you're on the air.
Hey, Howard, how are you? I'm calling from Boston. Fire this annoying a-hole.
Well, he's not hired yet.
Well,
It's up to you to vote.
do us all a favor. Give him tomorrow off, since he's probably going to be high on coke tonight anyway, and he'll sleep in again, celebrating. He
All
is
right.
the worst. The only
Cabbie?
thing that was worse was having David Lee Roth there. You know, that old queen, he should hang it up, too.
All right,
Yo,
well, there you go.
Cab, that was a horrible admission. That was nothing.
No, it was good. It was good. I had two, and I'm not done with you yet.
So shoot, I got nothing.
All right. I have a friend who works at a tanning salon.
Okay.
It's the tanning salon KC goes to.
Okay.
And I also have another friend who goes there who will remain nameless. Dude, what do you do at that tanning salon?
What?
Well, go to the tanning thing.
Okay, what else do you do?
What do you mean? What else?
You've never brought anybody there with you? You've never...
What, like somebody else?
Yeah, like...
A guy?
Somebody else,
Thank
like
you.
somebody.
He brought a
else.
guy with him?
Many times.
Yeah, I brought Florentine one time for the first time because there were hot girls that worked there.
Yeah. Well, my friend is one of those hot girls, and she tells me, you, my friend, are gay, and you've done bad things in those rooms.
Get the hell out of here!
You, my
Dude, where do
friend,
you
are
get
gay.
this from?
Listen,
Dude,
my sources are impeccable, and you were hugging that guy, and there was love in your eyes, and you were not...
How could you see my eyes from where you said you were in a car?
We pulled over right there. You
So
didn't
your
know me. You don't know
revelation
my
is
car.
that Casey brings guys to the tanning salon? That stuff with him there?
Yes.
But was
And
it?
to the hotel.
And to the hotel next to his house. Because this was at the
Well,
time when he still had
that's-
a relationship going with his girl.
All right. Well, that's...
What better thing to
Yeah,
go have
my
sex?
girlfriend wouldn't let me bang guys inside the house. I had to take them to the
So
Holiday
you
Inn.
had to go over to the Holiday Inn.
But those are horrible revelations, dude. That's nothing.
All right.
And
Let's...
then you got Gary the felon.
That's nothing.
So you F men and tan simultaneously.
I guess so, according to Cabbie, yeah. So.
All right, let's go to Captain Jenks, who wants to chime in. Go ahead.
Good morning, Howard.
I thought Cabbie stuff has been pretty good all week. It's actually been pretty funny, the song parodies and everything. But he works at K-Rock, and he's got an insight on people there that maybe somebody who doesn't work for K-Rock wouldn't happen. Is that legitimate that he can actually have some dirt on somebody? That
Yes, it's all fair in love and war. We're looking for the best candidate, not necessarily the fairest situation.
Okay.
And the things he's talking about, I mean, he didn't see Casey out on the street hugging a man because he was in here.
Right. Anybody could have saw that. I'm surprised you were so open about it.
Dude, the way you hugged me before, that's the way I would hug somebody in my family. I would go hug nobody normal like that.
Are you sleeping with someone in your family? Dude?
No. Dude,
All right.
those are horrible revelations.
Casey, thank you.
You hate it because it was about you.
I
actually
hate it.
have more, too.
Yes, Joe, go ahead. You're on the air.
Hey, one thing, Howard. Cabbie, he used to badmouth your show before he was on your show.
What?
What? You used to badmouth Howard's show before you were on the show.
Wait, you mean when I was in Minneapolis on the radio?
Yeah, that's when. So
okay,
why the hell
let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Did
you're
you?
a homosexual. Why do we need you around? We don't need to
He never heard that because it's not true.
All right. Listen, Cabbie.
How would I badmouth a show I didn't even listen to?
Thank
because I
you
was working
for-
at the same time as you.
Cabbie, thank you for your day today of work.
You sure you don't want the Anne Marie revelation?
No.
Your half day of work.
Let me see it on paper. I don't know the Anne
I'll
Marie
tell
wants.
you off the air. It's a good one.
All right.
It's about some interns and such.
No, I don't want to know about that.
No, we don't
How
want
about
to know.
Jason? You want the Jason revelation?
What's the Jason revelation?
He has a sick and twisted infatuation with Anne Marie.
Well, everyone knows that. Who wouldn't?
That's
She's a wonderful woman. All right, Cabbie, thank you very much. And I appreciate.
Thank you for the information on Casey.
Gary's a felon.
We just like the gay that story.
Dude, that's the most horrible thing I've ever heard. It's so untrue.
It's so true.
All right.
I don't go to tennis salons with guys.
Yeah. Oh, you just
I
said
don't.
you
I never
bring
did.
guys there sometime.
I said it took Florentine one time just to show him something.
Florentine, and it's been more than once.
No, it wasn't.
All right, we'll be back right after these words.
We told you it was coming down.
The FCC has slapped Clear Channel Communications with a hefty fine for alleged indecency on Howard Stern's radio shows.
The end is near. The end is near.
Clear Channel has been ordered to pay $500,000. Now it's decided to drop the shock jock. The nation's largest radio chain had suspended Stern in February, but has now made it permanent. The FCC cited 18 violations in a single show. Stern calls it a free speech infringement and says he wasn't surprised by the fine.
Get it while you can. The Howard Stern Show.
Here, okay, listen to this. This is from Wesley Clark, former presidential candidate. Maybe I shouldn't read it. I got it up on the website on howardstern.com. Very pro John Kerry. It's on the web. Take a look at it, will you? If you're looking for reasons to vote for someone. Here's a good article by Judy Rosen. She's from Los Angeles Times.
Okay.
And, you know, we don't always get to see all the LA Times stuff. I put this on the website, too. I linked to it. A strange new sound has been crackling over the nation's radio airwaves.
Oh, yeah.
The same airwaves that have been dominated by Rush Limbaugh and other specialists in right-wing Sturm and Drang. Whatever that means.
Strum and Drang.
What is that?
That's just, fifing and beating.
Suddenly, in the thick of an election year, a left-leaning equivalent has emerged, riling a mass audience with scathing, eloquent attacks on the Bush administration. The biggest surprise of all, the long-sought liberal talk radio hero isn't America's Al Franken, but that walking, talking wedge issue, Howard Stern. Fittingly, the politicization,
You got it right.
the politicization of Stern began with a woman's bare breast. Of course, they're talking about Janet Jackson and the FCC's fines. And Stern's been at odds with the FCC for years. But these latest proposed fines and the looming threat of more have driven Stern to a new level of apoplexy. And to broadcasting the most pugnacious anti-Bush vitriol anywhere in the mainstream media. In Stern's view, he is the victim of a witch hunt singled out by an administration in the grip of fundamentalist Christian ideologues bent on morality regulation. These days, Stern's broadcasts are divided between his usual shtick, interviews with strippers, off-color song parodies, jokes about celebrities, and rants against the president. Stern's never going to be mistaken for a policy wonk. But tune into the show and you'll hear him cogently attacking administration positions on an impressive range of issues. Stem cell research, abortion, gay rights, gay marriage, media consolidation, the handling of Iraq. Meanwhile, Stern's revamped website looks more like Mother Jones magazine than Maxim. That's why I don't have any naked chicks and stuff out there, because I want people to know we're serious.
Yeah.
It features articles about the administration's trade violations in Myanmar and includes a link to the contributions page of the John Kerry for President site. Stern has become an ardent Kerry advocate. Quote, I call on fans of the show to vote against Bush. We're going to deliver the White House to John Kerry, hopefully. Some people might dismiss this as bluster, but Stern's words should send a shiver up Karl Rove's spine. Who's Karl Rove, Rob?
Isn't he some kind of campaign guy for Bush?
Stern has a record of successful election year activism. Political observers in New York and New Jersey remember how his on-air endorsements delivered key votes to George Pataki and Christine Todd Whitman in past gubernatorial races. And they go on to talk about my huge audience. Millions of people listen to Stern in Pennsylvania, Michigan, Ohio, Missouri, Tennessee, Florida, at least used to in Florida, and maybe they're going to remember me in the election. Like his audience, Stern has always been broadly misunderstood. Calling Stern a shock jock does him an injustice. Lumping him in with his lesser imitators and with the gross-out inanities of reality TV. In fact, Stern is a provocateur and comic talent in the tradition of Lenny Bruce. Whether his subject is sex, scatology, show business, or his own failures and insecurities, he has brought unprecedented frankness to the airwaves. The real shock and appeal of Stern's show is how, with wit and brutal honesty, it punctures the phoniness of such media chatter. That means he tackles subjects that no one else would. Where else but on Stern's show would you hear an avowed atheist mocking the Taliban? The Taliban-like religiosity of the president, who Stern has nicknamed Mr. Jesus. Welcome to the true no-spin zone. By all indications, Stern's message is getting through. Since the FCC crackdown, his ratings have been going up. They're making me bigger. Idiots. For example, Arbitron says he's now #1 in Los Angeles in 25 to 54 age group. Those are voters, my friends. I'm being like Rush Limbaugh, my friends.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, among entertainers' websites, his was rated second behind Oprah's in mid-April. And by the way, I'm not in half the markets Oprah's on in. Our listeners are users of the Internet. They will rally behind us, and they will vote against Bush. If Kerry wins a close election in November, he may well owe a debt to the man who calls himself king of all media. And political analysts may find themselves enshrining another crucial voting bloc alongside soccer moms and NASCAR dads, Howard Stern fans. That's right, we do have power.
What?
Powder. Judy Rosen, thank you.
Nice article.
Yeah, she's right. And you know what? All these guys want to deny it. George Bush owes us explanations about the National Guard. He says he got no special treatment to get into the Guard. George Bush says he got no special treatment. Can you believe that? How does he explain the fact that he jumped ahead?
Special to him.
How does he explain the fact that he jumped ahead of 150 applicants?
For the pilot's training.
That's right. How does he explain it?
But it isn't special. He's been handed things all his life.
Why did Bush miss his medical exam in 1972?
Busy.
Where are the complete results of the required investigation into Bush's absence from the exam? Why did Bush specifically request to not be sent overseas for duty? Why does the White House say Bush was on base when Bush's superiors have filed a report saying he was gone for a whole year? Why is the Pentagon under orders to not discuss Bush's records with reporters? Where are Bush's flight logs? Let me see him fly a plane. Where is this guy? The hero of Vietnam. Why hasn't Bush himself demonstrated that he showed up for service in Alabama? Bush says he got no special treatment to get into the Guard. How do you jump ahead of 150 applicants despite low pilot aptitude scores? How do you get it? Don't tell me you get that from low scores.
They always advance the lowest scoring people, don't they? You look for those people.
His father pulled strings. Bush joined the Texas Air National Guard after his student deferment ran out when he graduated from Yale in 1968, and everyone knows it. He graduated. He personally visited Colonel Walter Buck Stout, the commander of the Texas National Guard. He talked about the Guard with him. After Bush met with Stout, he applied. He was quickly accepted, despite a waiting list of over 150 applicants. No special treatment. Bush scored in the 25th percentile on pilot aptitude test. 25th percentile. The lowest allowed for would-be flyers.
And he was jumped ahead of people with higher scores.
But he received no special treatment, he'll tell you. Lying dickhead.
Son of a bitch!
The blood of every Vietnam soldier is on his hide. And his failure to not consult anyone but Jesus in the war in Iraq and how to get us out of there and how to make sure that things went well and get an exit strategy is glaringly obvious that he is inept as the commander-in-chief in this country of our great Army, Navy, Air Force and Marines. He is inept. Where are these reports?
Today he's testifying with the vice president.
He can't testify alone.
On the to the 9/11 Commission. He wouldn't face them alone.
I could go on and on and on. Why did Bush miss his medical exam in 1972, Robin? He was suspended from flight duty for failing to take mandated medical exams. Why? Why did he miss it?
Didn't want to fly anymore.
Bush was officially suspended from flying for missing his annual medical exam. And the order notes that Bush's suspension is authorized under the guideline presented in Air Force Manual 3512. They were directed to investigate why he failed to accomplish his medical examination.
And what happened after that? Nothing.
Nothing. Where are the complete results of the required investigation into Bush's absence from the exam?
And he's got an honorable discharge.
Don't be fooled by this guy. He's got lots of crap in his past. You want to talk about Vietnam years? Let's go back and look at him. He wants to look at Kerry's record? Let's do that too. We'll look at both guys and we'll see who comes out in glowing colors.
But once again, this has nothing to do with what you would do as president.
Nothing to do with it. Only has to do with character. And past. Just take a look on my website at that tape of him cleaning those glasses on that woman's dress, and you tell me what kind of man he is.
Luckily, I'm seeing today that his approval rating is at its lowest.
It's got to be.
Dropping.
It's got to happen, man. It's got to happen.
Maybe he'll talk himself out of the office.
I'll take Commander-in-Chief John Kerry over Bush any single day. And you know what? It's not even Bush. Over Commander-in-Chief Dick Cheney, who's running this whole shebang, who talked Bush into this whole mess.
President Bush, his approval rating is at an all-time low, and fewer than half of Americans now believe invading Iraq was the right thing to do, according to a new CBS New York Times poll released yesterday.
Invading Iraq's fine if you have a plan. Not to just sit there and...
Well, that's what people are saying. Yeah. Obviously, this wasn't the right thing to do like this.
I mean, it's all over the place.
If the presidential election due in November were held today, 46% of Americans would vote for Democrat John Kerry. And 44% would vote for Bush.
How many for Kerry?
46.
Yeah, good.
However, there is a 3 percentage point margin of error in the sampling, which means it's a dead heat.
As to who's talking to Jesus in the White House, hard to believe there'd be a dead heat for this guy, but okay. This is from that TV show Robin was talking about. I haven't even heard.
Frontline tonight.
Yeah. This is
yes.
Here's some crap on Bush.
During the debate, the moderator asked the candidates what political philosopher or thinker they most identified with. Steve Forbes answered John Locke. Alan Keyes named the Founding Fathers.
Governor Bush, a philosopher thinker, and why?
Christ, because he changed my heart.
You know, that answer is so disturbing right there.
Let it play.
I will. The founding fathers are so brilliant. I mean, we had this George Washington was so brilliant.
All of them were. Thomas Jefferson, George Washington, Benjamin Franklin.
The answer, I worship the founding fathers for a guy in government, makes sense. Jesus. That's a real interesting answer, because Jesus, between you and me, is make-believe.
I think the viewer would like to know more on how he has changed your heart.
Well, if they don't know, it's going to be hard to explain. When you turn your heart and your life over to Christ, when you accept Christ as a Savior, it changes your heart, it changes your life. And that's what happened to me.
He's as dense as Tom, my general manager. And Tom is very dense.
Tom to Tom.
Jesus worked magic on me. I can't even tell you why I admire him.
He doesn't even know because...
He just works some magic on
keep
me.
listening.
Faith gives us conscience.
This is another speech.
To keep us honest, even when no one else is watching. And faith can change lives. I know, because it changed mine.
That's not...
My relationship with God through Christ gives me meaning and direction.
Never have we had a president that sits and gives... That's not a church meeting. That's a political speech.
That's a political speech.
This guy is so hell-bent on getting the teachings of Jesus Christ into the White House.
He even says during this special that I want to appoint judges who understand that our laws are derived from God.
Governments cannot make people love one another. It's been the great false hope of the past. All you got to do is pass a law and people will love one another. But love comes from a higher calling, a higher authority. The great strength of America lies in the hearts and souls of citizens who've heard that call.
Yeah, not for the rest
Not
of you.
us. People who've heard the call.
The people who have heard Jesus. He told his mother.
Hello.
People aren't going to heaven. He told his mother as an adult man, people will not go to heaven unless they believe in Jesus.
Yeah.
This is an adult
well, not only
man.
just believe in Jesus, you've got to be born again.
Him and his mother were having a difference of opinion about whether you have to accept Christ to go to heaven. Perfectly legitimate thing for a family to discuss.
Not when you're 50.
His mother's belief was, as Bush told me, sort of, maybe you don't, but more importantly, maybe you shouldn't worry about it. Just sort of take care of yourself.
Yeah, kind of move on.
And, you know, we'll see what happens when the time comes. To make the point that this family operates different than others, through their long-time contact with Billy Graham, they decided, let's get Billy Graham on the phone. You know, kind of God's right-hand man right on the planet. As it turns out, Reverend Graham sided with his mother, saying, just don't worry about it. Live your life the way you're supposed to, love everybody, and move on. Bush, however, said that despite what Billy Graham had said, he himself held the personal belief that you have to accept Christ to get to heaven.
Doesn't matter what Billy Graham has to say. Doesn't
No,
matter.
because he now knows more than even Billy Graham, the guy who, he says, converted him.
Billy Graham is scared of President Bush. That's what he's saying. He called Mrs. Bush aside and said, maybe you ought to calm him down. Maybe you get that Bible out of his hands. He's dangerous with it. He's taking it a little too far.
You know, he's like a person who would watch the Mel Gibson movie and drive their car into a lake.
Yes.
To baptize them.
Captain Jenks, you're on the air.
Hey, good morning, Howard. Yesterday you were looking for your ratings in Pittsburgh before you got taken off. Okay, you were on radio station WXDX, and a year ago at this time, the Howard Stern radio show in the mornings was number 3. It has now dropped to 9th place since you've been taken off, from a 7.1 to a 3.6. And the station overall...
And that's a year ago. We just got on the air in Pittsburgh. We haven't even been on that long, and then God knows what our ratings were when they took us off.
Right.
I heard we were number 1.
Now, overall, the radio station has gone from 5th place last year to 8th place now. And that's not you. That's just,
the whole thing.
Right.
The shebang.
So people aren't even listening to the radio station now that you're not even on it anymore.
Yeah, well.
So,
you know, they've got to be pissed in Pittsburgh. I know that.
Oh, yeah. I would think everybody's pissed. I also got a letter back from the FCC.
What'd they say?
It's my complaint against Oprah Winfrey.
What'd they say?
It says FCC in the matter of complaints against various broadcast licenses regarding the airing of the Oprah Winfrey Show. And it says memorandum, opinion, and order. I'll just read you the basic line from this. We previously found that fleeting and isolated remarks of this nature do not warrant commission action.
Holy mackerel.
Because the complained of material does not fall within the scope of the commission's indecency prohibition, we reject the claims that this program content is indecent.
Wow.
And we need not reach the second element of the indecency analysis.
There it is.
Despite what Tom said yesterday about that staffer who said you can't fine Oprah,
Right.
It seems they can't fine Oprah.
Well, Tom's no great thinker. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The FCC has said themselves, although Oprah's content went way further than mine, I was fine for the exact, I was sitting there trying to define different sex acts, just like Oprah did. Hers were way more graphic.
Yeah.
They will not fine her because she's beloved and Howard Stern is a lightning rod.
Can you play that now?
Yes.
Yeah, they have said it's not indecent.
On tomorrow's show, I will play the Oprah Winfrey Show because it's not indecent.
Right.
You got it. It'll be done. And now we can play
Steve Handelsman, who's in Kuwait. New York Times reporter Dexter Filkins joins us now by telephone from Saddam International Airport, just south of central Baghdad, where U.S. troops, as we said, are fighting for control. Dexter, what is the significance? Well, how's the fighting going right now?
Hello, Chris. We're being very well received by Iraqi civilians here. As you can see, there was very little fighting getting into the airport.